and welcome to Salvage's Reviews and Recommendations. In this video we'll be talking about the film The Black Widow. For those of you who are not familiar with the character, her name is Natasha Romanoff. She is a Russian spy who defected to the S.H.I.E.L.D. to work under Tony Stark. I think, at least in the MCU anyway. She was there to spy on him, but then became an Avenger up until she crossed Tony Stark and decided to go and side with Steve Rogers, also known as Captain America. The cast, good array of actors. We've got Scarlett Johansson, obviously, playing the titular role. We have Florence Pugh playing her sister, Yelena. We have David Harbour playing the Red Guardian, also the father of the family. We also have Rachel Weisz, apologies if that's not the proper pronunciation, playing the mother. And we also have Ray Winston playing the villain of the film. Now, the film starts off, we see a glimpse of the childhood that Natasha had and in America and Ohio, and it seems like a normal childhood, having fun with her sister, blah 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 blah. And then gets interesting as that when the father comes home, the family are suddenly having to pack away, and it seems like the little sister Yelena is all happy about this. Like, yeah, we go, yeah, picking up bullets for her dad. But Natasha's worried and scared, like she doesn't want to leave, she's enjoying this. So obviously she's had some trauma before this. They get onto a plane, they're fleeing America, especially the S.H.I.E.L.D. who are coming after them. They fly to Cuba, where their children are drugged and are sent to be child soldiers for the Russians, and trained to be Black Widows. And then the film starts off with Black Widow. She's duping S.H.I.E.L.D. into believing she's in one location when she's in another, going off grid, when she suddenly gets attacked and suddenly looks for her sister, who at the time is also a Black Widow, and she's on the hunt for another woman who's escaped with these red vials, and she gets close, has a confrontation and wounds the woman. As that woman's dying, she lets off one of the red vials, and suddenly we see Yelena coming off this spell, feeling very sad that this poor woman's dying, and then takes a chip out of her leg and goes rogue. And then we see the two sisters meet up and try and reunite the family to attack a particular person Black Widow thought she killed. And then, yeah, that's essentially the entire plot for the film. Now, the beginning of the film is very good, nothing against it. It's afterwards. It struggles to find a tone. Like, the film struggles to take itself seriously. Any part where we see like a heartfelt moment or something serious, it's taken away with jokes, and it's fine. Most of the Marvel films do that to an extent, but you kind of think this one would be different, and it just felt like they were throwing joke after joke and to kill any moment that could feel heartwarming. And I get they have a younger audience, but at the same time, have some risk to an extent, make it a little bit darker. Like, it's the same with Avengers Endgame. It bugged me. It bugged me that they couldn't take itself seriously. My problem with the film was the villain itself. While the Black Widows who come to attack or protect him from Natasha and Yelena, whilst they're the interesting villains, he is the main villain. But to stop the people attacking him, Yelena and Black Widow, his power is these pheromones that have never been explained. So Black Widow, even though she's not brainwashed at all, and I believe she had a red vial go up in her face before this point, she cannot attack him. These superpowers are never explained, which really bothers me. It tries to be edgy. Like, with most Marvel films, you do notice they occasionally get away with saying the odd shit, bitch, bastard. But this film, it went overboard trying to get away with as many curse words as possible. And you do notice it, and I feel like they were purposely like, ooh, look how edgy we are, we're saying shit. It kind of gave off Deadpool vibes of not only the language, but also there's a scene where Yelena is criticising Natasha's superhero stance. Later on, she does it and goes, ugh. It's kind of meta, and I don't know, it just felt weird in that way. I will admit the plot of the film was very interesting, something Marvel have never had a problem doing. But it is an issue when the film has so much action to the point that I'm starting to lose consciousness. No joke, I was really getting so tired of just seeing action scene after action scene after action scene. To the point I was getting sleepy. I had to ask my mate to punch me in the arm. That's how boring it got. Still fucking hurts, by the way. Now, not to leave it on a negative note, I think the cast did a great job. I think the crew did a great job. The special effects team, the stunts they pulled off, the acting wasn't terrible. Yeah, I've really thought that part was good. It is a shame that out of the two female-driven Marvel films, both of them struggle to live up to the hype to an extent. Now, I definitely would rather watch Black Widow than Captain Marvel, but at least with Captain Marvel it was able to keep the tone. It did take itself serious, and that's what I wanted. It's not the worst Marvel film, not entirely. I'd still watch it. Sad to say, my least favourite Marvel film is the first film that Black Widow does appear in. If I had to rate this film, I'd have to give it a 5.4 out of 10. Yeah, if we are talking about, I'm going to recommend some MCU films. I do think that Captain America Civil War is up there. It's in my top 5. We also have Iron Man 1, another great Marvel film, a great way to start off the MCU. I also think that Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp are probably the best of the entire thing so far. There's also Thor Ragnarok and the 2 Spider-Man films so far, though I would say Homecoming was better than Far From Home, personal opinion. If you are looking for other Marvel films that are a bit more dark and gritty, definitely recommend Punisher, the 2004 one with John Travolta and Thomas Jane. I'd also recommend Punisher Warzone with Ray Stevenson, that's a great film, and Blade 1 and 2. But if you're also wanting to see MCU but in a darker way, look to Netflix. Netflix have obviously Luke Cage, which is brilliant, Punisher, which is fucking dark. But if you're looking for like brilliantly dark but great acting, great writing, look no farther to watch Daredevil. I think it's the best of the MCU TV shows. But if you're also looking for a female-led Marvel show, Jessica Jones is one of the best female-written Marvel characters of all time. I thought it was a brilliant TV show, and I still recommend it to this day. It's a shame that those TV shows got cancelled. Fuck you for whoever cancelled them. But at least we got 3 seasons of both Jessica Jones and Daredevil out of it. Yeah, that's the end of the video.